So here we are inside of Codex. I'm in a new project and I'm going to send off this prompt that I want to build a simple breathwork app, an iOS app with React Native and Expo. So that's the stack that I want to build with React Native. The nice part about React Native is it allows us to build native apps for both iOS, iPhones, and also Android phones. And Expo is a full stack React Native framework with cloud services to help you deploy your apps. And it's really helpful. And I would definitely recommend using Expo when you are building iOS apps. Now, I've done this before to build prototypes. I actually entered a hackathon using a RevenueCat hackathon. RevenueCat is another tool that I'd recommend if you want to actually add payments to your app. And I entered a hackathon and built a recipe app from start to finish using this stack. So this is what I would recommend. So right off the bat, it's an empty folder. So what Codex is going to do is scaffold a compact Expo app, and it's going to make it simple to start. And I think you're going to be surprised at how quickly it is to actually build an iOS app. I always thought it was like impossible to do, and I was really intimidated to build an iOS app compared to a web app. So you're going to see in this video that it's really not that intimidating. The hard part is actually getting it onto the App Store. There are a lot of kind of specific things that you need to do to get it approved on the App Store. Adding RevenueCat is the easiest way to add payments as well. But again, it's not that simple. There are definitely some complications to get your subscription set up correctly, but RevenueCat makes that as easy as possible. So there are some things that are a little bit more tricky to go from your prototype to an actual app in the App Store, but I'm going to get you as far as I can in this video and then talk through the steps of getting it uploaded to the App Store. So it worked for 13 minutes. A lot of that was kind of like debugging the setup, and it built the first version of the Expo Native React project. It's a simple breathwork timer with work break phases, presets, start, pause, and an iOS-friendly Expo config. One local caveat: Expo stalls in the machine before binding to localhost. The app bundle itself is valid for interactive dev, try npm start. Okay, so I'm going to say I want to test this on my device. And let's see if this will allow us to actually view it and see how it works. So the easiest route is Expo Go on your iPhone. I'll try to start Expo in device-friendly mode. I'm going to say actually, because I'm actually recording this with my phone camera, so I'm going to say, can we do it locally on the computer instead? Expo Go on the phone is actually a great option. But on the Mac, we can do it through the iOS simulator through Expo, which is basically the same thing. So I already have Metro running, so I'm going to ask Expo to open the app in a simulator. Just literally in one prompt, I think, built a prototype, basically. And then, of course, if we want to add a backend database, user authentication, we can add Supabase, which is what works well with web apps, but it also works well with iPhone apps as well. Okay, so we literally have our iPhone app here. This is the simulator on our Mac. So this is the tools menu. So I'm just going to click continue. So this is the simulator, and we can exit out. So yeah, if we've got our breathwork app, we can click start, and it looks like this is basically just like a timer. And then, so this is basically like more of a timing app as opposed to a breakwork. Did I write breakwork instead of breathwork? Yeah, I did write breakwork. All right, well, that makes sense. So why don't we make a change? We'll say, actually, let's make this a breathwork. Okay, so we'll have it update to breathwork instead of breakwork. So it's going to replace it with guided breathing cycles patterns. Okay, cool. That's actually what I wanted. But in the meantime, you can see like this was fully built out. Like, of course, there's no backend database or anything like that right now. But for an app like this, like, you don't necessarily need it. It would be really helpful for streaks and things like that if we wanted to keep building on. But yeah, if you have a Mac, you can build in one prompt with Codex, like a simple React Native app. And it's not like particularly more difficult than building a web app with a Codex. Okay, so it updated. Now it is a breathwork app instead of a breakwork app. This video is brought to you by Embed Social. Embed Social makes it incredibly easy to add testimonials, reviews, and social proof to your vibe-coded apps and website. Think of it as your final step in the build. Once it's about to be published, you can add Embed Social to increase your conversion rate. I'm going to show you how easy it is to build your own widget and embed it in a website. So we can start with AI, or you can start with one of their templates. I'm going to show you AI because I think it's really cool. So let's say the prompt is to create a social media slideshow widget that displays a large featured post and a horizontal strip of clickable thumbnail posts. So we'll generate this widget, and it is going to use AI to instantly generate what this is going to look like. So you can see here this really nice widget that we are going to embed on a website. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So it's using dummy source data. So if we connect our source, let's go to YouTube and let's connect our channel, and we'll just go ahead and under sources on the top, make sure we have YouTube checked. So now if we go to this editor, we have a really nice testimonial that I could see adding this to the actual no-code NBA website. I'm going to show you how easy it is to add it to a website, whether that's a vibe coded website or you can take the code and embed it on basically any website. But yeah, this is really cool because I can see all of my videos in a really nice slider here, and then people can click in and go to my YouTube channel. So let's say we actually want to embed this. So you go to embed on the top left, we're going to click copy code, and I'm going to show you how to do this on a Lovable site, but you could do it on any site you want. So I'm just sending the prompt, add this widget underneath the first tried free button. So I want to add it right on the top, and Lovable is going to take that code and embed it now on the site. And seconds later, we have our embeddable element here right on our site, and I can scroll through and see all the videos. And this can be used not just for YouTube videos, the example I showed you, but you can use it for Google reviews. That's a really great use case. If you have any Google reviews, that's something that you definitely should be doing. And there's tons of different ways you can display it. Click the link in the description to go to Embed Social and get started with your own widget. So let's try it out. So we can click start, or let's refresh. So let's start. And it looks like it's like, okay, breathe in for your nose. It's a timer. Hold. Exhale. So it's getting smaller. And then it's increasing for the inhale. That's cool. That's actually really, really cool. And we can see there's a box breathing, which is 4, 4, 4, 4, and then a reset, 4 inhale, 4 exhale. So I'm going to say, great. What would be the next steps to get this published on the App Store? So of course, there's more that we could do. We could add more features, add more design, add the backend database, Supabase, like I told you about. That's going to be a similar process to other videos that I have covering how to build a full stack app with Claude Code and Supabase. So you can watch that video if you want to learn more about how to do that. But I would recommend Supabase as the backend. And then I'm going to go through the next steps of how you could actually get this on the App Store. So first, you have to finish the app basics. So add an app icon, splash screen. There's like some basic things that you need in order to upload to the App Store. A gentle onboarding screen, that can be something we'd have it do next, just to show you what that looks like. Then you have to get an Apple developer account. It's $99 a year. Then there's some specific things you could literally ask Codex to set up EAS, which is the build submit through Expo's App Store workflow, create the production build, and then submit to App Store Connect. So really, if as simple as that, there are some specific privacy details that you need to fill in to get it approved by the App Store and then submit it for review. But yeah, it would be fairly straightforward to go through these steps and actually get it submitted to the App Store. Let's do step 1 real quick, which is adding the splash screen. So let's add a gentle onboarding screen. And also let's have it we would also have to add a privacy policy. We would just get a privacy policy URL through whatever website, a marketing website we would have. So we actually wouldn't add that to the app itself. So let's have it add the onboarding screen and see what it comes up with, and kind of showing you how easy this is to do. All right, so it added this kind of onboarding screen, onboarding flow. Very cool. It just added it, and it's as simple as that. And now we have our onboarding screen filled out. And if you ever want to go back to it, you can click that settings button and then click reload, and it'll reload the app here. This is really cool. Maybe in a future video, I'll actually keep building this out and show you how to get this. Show you, I already talked about, I guess, the process of getting it on the App Store, but maybe I'll walk you through and show you this on the App Store, and we can kind of go on the journey together and see if we can get downloads and what that process looks like. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. Maybe I'll do that in the future to keep going. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. Let me know in the comments if this surprised you of how easy it was to get an app, like an actual iOS app working. And if you have any questions at all, just let me know. And again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Things are changing really quickly in the AI world. This is so much easier today than it ever was because we're able to use Codex 5.5, which is, I think, the best model for coding right now, in my opinion, even better than Claude Code. I think it's really good. Although I will say Claude Code is better for design. So I would potentially switch to Claude Code for updating the design and then coming back here for like back-end features and things like that. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.